Hey, welcome World Entertainment, and this Sunday is Super Bowl Sunday. No, we're not here talking about sports, but Super Bowl trailers are always the thing. And what can we expect this year? Well, nothing comic book related by the sounds of things, because no, there is going to be no Avengers Doomsday trailer expected, nor is there going to be a Supergirl trailer. So they were expecting a new trailer for Doomsday, which was meant to be not a full trailer or anything like that, but it was meant to be very much in vein of the way the first 4 trailers came out, but it was meant to feature Doctor Doom. That it was meant to give us our first real look at Doctor Doom. As for Supergirl, they were expecting the first kind of full trailer for that, but that's not the case, as that seems to be skipping Super Bowl as well. But why? Why are these movies skipping it? Well, when it comes to Doomsday, they don't really need to push it at Super Bowl. But Supergirl, yeah, they're doing that stupid Puppy Bowl again instead. But let's have a look at this, because as we know, it used to be $5 million for studios to pay to get a 30-second trailer aired at the Super Bowl. Apparently that went up last year and has gone up significantly this year. So let's dive into this to see why we shouldn't expect these trailers. So this year's Super Bowl takes place next weekend, and Deadline reports that studios are having second thoughts about paying for a TV spot at the big game. Why? Well, the cost of a 30-second promo has risen from roughly $7.5 million last year, so it went up by $2 million last year, to a whopping $10 million in 2026. That's right, if a studio wants to show a 30-second trailer, it's going to cost them $10 million. However, a few heavy hitters will be in attendance before the Seattle Seahawks and New England Patriots square off. Paramount Pictures is expected to drop a new look at Scream 7. That's insane when you think a studio that's roughly billion in debt are going to spend $10 million to showcase a 30-second trailer for the 7th installment of a movie. That's a bit ridiculous. Universal Pictures is bringing the Super Mario Galaxy movie and a first look at Minions 3, so they're paying upwards of $20 million to showcase 2 trailers, along with another preview for Steven Spielberg's next sci-fi blockbuster, Disclosure Day. Is that Universal? I thought that was Warner Brothers, but it must be Universal. So $30 million they're paying to show 3 trailers for 30 seconds. Good God. So a minute and a half of trailers is going to cost them $30 million. There's no mention of Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey, though the filmmaker prefers launching new looks in theaters. Lionsgate will hype up the Michael Jackson biopic, Michael, but what of Disney? The trade expects new looks at Pixar's Hoppers and Toy Story 5. I have no idea what Hoppers is. Along with The Mandalorian and Grogu to be featured. The latter is the first Star Wars movie since 2019's The Rise of Skywalker, and has had only one teaser thus far. However, there's potentially bad news for MCU fans. Word is Marvel Studios, which has Avengers Doomsday on the December 18th and Spider-Man Brand New Day with Sony July 31st, is sitting out in what's arguably a Super Bowl anomaly. In past years, they've had movies like Deadpool and Wolverine, Thunderbolts, and more. So not just are you not getting the Doomsday trailer, you're not getting the Spider-Man trailer. Now, Spider-Man has, I think, just basically wrapped filming. They're probably still going to go back and do some pickup shots and stuff, so they may not be ready to show anything for that. But, yeah, Super Bowl is where you would expect there to be something. There might be banners or something for it. I doubt it, but you never quite know. And of course it says there's always a chance that something could change, and this contradicts reports about the first proper trailer for Avengers Doomsday being released during the Super Bowl. Still, so soon after dropping 4 teasers, you can probably see why Marvel Studios might give the game a miss. And that is the thing. For the likes of Avengers, you don't really need to spend 10 million for a 30-second TV spot for something you've already released 4 teaser trailers for. But then what of DC? Well, that report comes from Deadline. Now Variety has weighed in with a look ahead of the movie previews we can look forward to during the Sunday's big game. According to them, new trailers for Mandalorian and Grogu and Toy Story 5 are expected for Disney. However, like Deadline, their sources have said that neither Doomsday or Brand New Day will get new trailers. That's 3 reliable sources who have said this, so we wouldn't bank on a surprise drop of any sort. Don't know who the third source was, probably further in the other article. Sony Pictures is skipping the Super Bowl altogether, as are Netflix, Apple and Amazon MGM Studios. So that's quite big actually, that not just is the likes of Sony completely skipping Super Bowl, but Netflix, Apple and Amazon. It's not like all 3 of those can't afford to put trailers out there. So while it's purely speculation, the hope is that Spider-Man Brand New Day's trailer might be released one day this week. So they're thinking they're going to drop a teaser trailer for that some stage this week. I highly doubt it, to be honest with you. So as for Doomsday, Marvel Studios released 4 teasers in December and January, so there's really nothing to be gained from splashing out on a pricey Super Bowl spot. Alas, that official first look at Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom in action will have to wait. What of Warner Brothers and DC Studios? Neither is set to have a presence during the game, but DC Studios will tease Supergirl during the Puppy Bowl, which is airing on Animal Planet, a TV network owned by corporate parent Warner Brothers Discovery. The same thing happened for Superman last year, but we didn't get anything overly exciting and wouldn't bank on much beyond maybe some promo shots of crypto and a little bit of advertising for the summer blockbuster. So once again, DC is completely skipping Super Bowl. Now, it's interesting that Warner Brothers seems to be completely skipping it as well, altogether, except for the Puppy Bowl, but it's a part of their own channel that's on, so really kind of doesn't, connect fully to the Super Bowl. But when you have the studios of Warner Brothers, Sony, Netflix, Apple, and Amazon completely skipping the thing, it's like, okay, Paramount being idiots and spending $10 million to promote the 7th installment of a Scream franchise movie. It's like, okay, but no superhero movies. It looks like there's absolutely no superhero movies. So once again, when they really do need to try and get people hyped for the likes of Supergirl, they're just gonna bypass it and say, no, we'll give you a trailer when we're ready to give you a trailer. Doomsday, again, you kind of have to go back and go, well, it doesn't really need to be promoted at the Super Bowl, being the fact that they've already released 4 trailers for the thing, but it doesn't come out until December, so you're not going to get that full trailer until the summertime. So there's no, there was never an expectation that they were going to release a full trailer at Super Bowl. So, but it is interesting to see that they're just not willing to put these things anymore on Super Bowl, where they always say the world's eyes will, no, America's eyes will be on it. The rest of the world doesn't care about the Super Bowl. But it is interesting to see who's skipping it and basically why. Is it the fact that they have to spend 10 million for 30 seconds? Or is it that they just think these things are bigger than the Super Bowl, therefore don't need the Super Bowl? We don't know yet. But there will not be an Avengers Doomsday, a Spider-Man Brand New Day, or Supergirl trailer at the Super Bowl. So what do you guys think? Do you think it is because of the price tag, or do you think these movies, in at least the minds of the studios, are too big to fail, so they don't need to promote it at the event? Let me know what you think. And with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So do like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.